What's going on, everybody? Happy NCAA Tournament Thursday. We're going to just go over a couple of hydration things. Right now, I will go ahead and do the hydration for healing the D, let it go a little bit longer than 24 hours just so I could do this. And so as you can see here, it's obviously over the 0.13 that we get for the 1%. So let me go ahead and hydrate right now, real time, so you guys can see that. I know this is really what everybody dials in for, to kind of see what's going on with people's wallets and things and seeing it hydrate. But again, just as a heads up, if this is your first time on the channel, I started out with 10, got them for about $100 a piece. So I got them way at the height when it was way up there. So it's been about $1,000, but got me about 10. But anyway, it's fine. I've been dollar cost averaging, and when it's been low, and that's what happens. I believe in this long term. So again, the goal is to build this account up so that right now we're supporting Southwest Housing Solutions that helps folks with a whole slew of different issues that plague Southwest Detroit. Really like this nonprofit. So until we get up to $1,000 a day, we're going to keep giving to them. And when we do get up to $1,000 a day, we'll start doing it weekly instead of monthly, and then hand out. I'll pick various nonprofits every week to donate to. So that's the purpose there. Just as a heads up, we are at, I am at 31. I need 34 more to get to that 3,500 benchmark. I think the last video I did just hit 3,000. So we'll hydrate here in a minute because I want to just kind of chat about a couple of other things. We talked about the Piston token last week, and I'm going to probably put my 0.5 BNB in to my Diamond Team 2, which is what you need to be whitelisted to participate in the MDT V2 for that pre-sale there. So I'm going to probably end up doing that. I haven't yet, but I will, and I'll make sure you guys hear about it and see it. And then the other thing, if you're not checking out Drip Garden Overview, I mean, this thing is a great tool. And I just want to point a couple of things out. Price is important when you go to sell, right? And Drip has been coming back, which is great. Like seeing it, it's always more fun to see, what your wallet looks like when, obviously Drip's hydrated and this is coming back up. And so we'll get there. And again, I think with these partnerships that Forex Shark announces will, tell you what's going on there, and I think pump it even more. But this tool is great, right? Because my goal here is my next goal here is to be hydrating every 12, or be it not hydrating, but growing a plant every 12 minutes, because that means that I'm getting 5 plants an hour, right? Ultimately, I wanted to get one every minute. So it'd be about 1,440 a day that plants that I'd be growing. And then the seeds that go with that. But I want this thing eventually to be every second. So as soon as I hydrate, I want this yellow bar to just be screaming across the screen, right? Because plants helps you get LP, and LP is what this whole thing is about, right? Again, you see the plant prices and everything, but that's going to fluctuate. But getting more drip, that's what this whole thing is about, right? And that's where we're at right now. Right now I'm at about 7.68 drip or LP per day, and I think it's 0.42 to get one drip or something like that. So actually I take that back. It's about a little bit over 8 LP. That would get me 2 drip a day. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for this drip garden. And that's what I'm about here, right? I want to grow this LP. The price is going to fluctuate up and down, as you can see here, but that's the most important thing. I like these plants per day, and again, as you can see here, it correlates with that time countdown, and that should jump up. Actually, I should hit this if we look back up here after I wait for this thing to kind of roll over to that 34 to hit that 3,500 mark. I'm hoping that drops that down to maybe 12 seconds, maybe closer to 12 minutes. We'll see what it does there. But anyway, this is a very good tool. I donated to this one, as well as the Drip Garden Scheduler, another really good tool. And I believe, let's go take a look at the Piggy Bank while we're here too, because I believe these pools are supposed to have opened back up. Oh, they're still paused. So let me refresh this and see. But Forex Shark, they're supposed to unpause it. You're supposed to unstake any. I didn't have a whole lot of pigs anyway, because I pretty much cashed them out to go into the Piggy Bank, right? And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just jump down to the Piggy Bank so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. Hydrated yesterday evening, about 7 something in the evening. This one was just before this third line here. This is a 3-week stake that I did in terms of the time lock. But here's what I think is going to happen, right? I started out with 23 on the top one, which is 154 weeks. And this one was 63 weeks, the second line here. And that started at 28. And you can see just by the longer, staking interest rate that you get, this has already surpassed that second one, right, which started out with 28 versus the 23. But here's what I think is going to happen as we get to, and this, I think this is, I've heard rumor that this is all going to reset. So even when we do, this still is a good example for you when you're making your decision. I think that as this one gets closer to ending its contract here at the 3-week mark, whether they reset it or not, I think it's going to, spike up fast, right? And I think that that's the whole point of this, right? In terms of the graph that they had here, right? That they're unlocked as the longer you go on the contract, as you can see the rewards over time. So the closer I get to the end of that 3 weeks, I'm expecting this third line here, this contract to this deposit to surpass these two until it gets locked in, right? And until I get the full bonus rewards. But this top one over time and very quickly, it's already surpassing, right? So that's interesting to see. I think I'm going to change my strategy as well, just so you know. When these contracts run out that I have, I'm going to basically keep hydrating for 3 weeks, and then I'm going to just let it grow for 1 week. And then I'm going to sell the truffles for both of these two. I'm going to, basically take half of that profit just for myself. I want to start realizing some, and I feel comfortable doing this in the piggy bank. The other half, I'm going to take and lock it in for that, full 156 weeks here, right? And I'm just going to, and I'm going to do that every month, so that I'm going to basically have this rolling, long-term 154-week stakes, balance regardless of how much I put in. But I think that's going to be my strategy. So just giving you guys a heads up here. You can see this is just a crazy, return when you commit to locking it in long-term. But that's going to do it there. Let me check in on this as well. So we got another couple of minutes here. I'll hydrate and basically show you. I don't want to keep you all too long here and showing you this, but I watched Stunner Breezy, by the way. I think it was yesterday. He had like 5,000 plants that he put in there, or that he recompounded, or actually seeds that he recompounded, or $5,000 worth, and that brought him up to 12,000 plants. But I don't think that he actually let that whole thing grow. I think that he might have bought some or deposited some from one of his other, accounts that he has to sit there, because that's a lot of seeds to have, just when you only have 8,000. As you can see, I currently have, 3,500. This is fun once you get to this point, because you start seeing it really, really kick in and grow. So that's a lot of fun. But anyway, that's where we are here. And again, I'll see. I just want to talk about one more thing with you all before I check back in. I want to show you all the right way to do this, right? And using this daily compound, the calculator site and the daily compound interest. I see everybody, number one, plugging in price. Let me just refresh this, make sure it's today, right? They'll plug in, whatever their price is. What's the price that I show here in my drip garden, right? So it'll show you the approximate value that you have locked up, and so anyway, I can find it here as well, right? But that's not the important thing, right? That is not the important thing right now, right? When you go to this calculator, I like looking at the plant growth, right? Because that price is going to fluctuate. So I can take this 34.66, and I see a lot of people just putting the value of their price in, right? So if you went to your drip garden here, your drip faucet, and you just typed in 925, I see a lot of people plugging that in versus the actual drip that they have. And that's what you should do. You should actually look at the drip that you have here, populate that in, and then click on this null button over here, because then it's not going to put any buttons in, right? So I had 128, is it that I have? I'm getting old. I have actually 13. That's my other account. I have 13.882. So let me go over here. 13.882. This is at 1%. I'm just going to pump it out to 5 years just to see. And this is a 95% return on that. And then you calculate. And this is what you should be doing, and not the price, because the price fluctuates up and down all the time, right? So again, now I can see that at the end of March, I should have, 15.85, drip. By the end of April, 21. And this is where it starts getting fun. And this is for the healing the D, right? So come October, Actually, let me go to the daily and I'll see when it clicks over where healing the D is going to be, getting one. It's when we get to the 100 mark, right? So if this keeps up and if I just hydrate once every 24 hours, and I'm trying to hyper compound, although healing the D I'm only doing once every 24 hours in the early terms here. But come October 12th, we should have 100, which generates as one drip a piece, right? And so that's huge in terms of getting to another major milestone here. So if this thing is $100, then we have $100 at the end of each month that we're able to donate, right? Or if it pumps up to a 500, which I'll talk to you about something else too. And you should do this the same thing with the drip garden, right? I have 3466. That's at 3.03, I think 9. What did it say here? 3.0339. So we'll go ahead and populate that. 339, we'll do that 5 years. This is 100% that we're putting in. And so you'll see what the projections are. I think by next Tuesday, last time I checked this morning, is when I should be, again, at the end of March, we should be over 5,000. At the end of April, we're almost 13,000. But I'm hyper compounding all of my drip garden stuff here, right? So again, yeah, next Tuesday, the 22nd, or Wednesday, the 22nd, whenever that next 22nd is, I should be at 4,000, right? So that's approximately when I'll do another video on basically compound the seeds. The other thing I want to talk to you about is the market cap of there's so many things that keep getting lost in drip, right? Drip is a great DeFi project. I think this is like the equivalent of Bitcoin being the first of its kind, right? This is awesome. And so there's this site called marketcapof.com, and you could pick whatever, token you want to. So if I wanted to, jump in here and just put in, XRP, and let's say that everyone's like, okay, XRP is going to eventually get to Bitcoin's market cap, and that would put XRP at $15.43 a token. Now, Bitcoin's market cap, they only have 21 million minted, the ability to mine 21 million of those, BTCs, right? So let's do this. I want to put drip in here, and this is a great site for you guys, right? Put in drip, and then let's put in, actually, let's do this. Let's put in, let's just put in XRP to see, right? We'll apply that. That would put drip at $38,000 a token, right? That's with XRP, and they have a lot of circulating supply. They have 100 billion, right? Let's put Solana, 26,000. All right, let's go here and let's put in ETH and see what it comes up to. 310,000 per token, with drip only having 1 million circulating supply. Right, let's go ahead and compare it to Bitcoin with 21 million, 43,142 per drip token if it had the market cap of BTC. Now listen, we're early in the game, right? We are all very, very early in the game. And again, I don't want to, I'm not predicting price here, but goodness gracious, when we talk about, when Forex chart feels like this token could go between $3,000 and $8,000, I think that's also very conservative. I think that it's possible. It wouldn't shock me if we saw $500 a token by the end of the summer. And again, I'm not your daddy, I'm not your pastor, I'm not your rabbi, I'm not your brother, I'm not your uncle. I am definitely not your financial advisor. So I'm just sharing with you my journey and how I process things. I'm not telling you to buy or do anything. Put your big boy and girl pants on and make your own decisions and do your own research. But anyway, this is what you got to think about, right? We got 1 million circulating supply, and I think, gloss over that far too much on top of the great utility this thing has. So that's that. I won't talk about that. And then the last thing I want to encourage everybody to do is whenever you're out here watching these videos on YouTube, right? And I'm not asking you for anything. You don't have to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to sign up with my buddy referral. Not going to hate it if you do. I'm not asking you for anything. I don't open up comments because I don't want the drama. Save the drama for your number. My name is Paul. That's between y'all. My name is Ruth. That's the truth. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. Keep politics, keep everything out of this. I'm in the cryptocurrency party. That's what I'm about. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. And just for those of you in the way, I'm a future state theocrat. So just putting it out there. Don't ask me about it. We're not having discussions on it. And again, I'm not picking sides. And so anyway, I'm pro crypto. That's what I am, about making change and impacting my family and my community positively with finances, right? And so as we think about this thing, right, you should all be commenting on every drip network, Animal Farm, Piggy Bank, and giving that thumbs up, because that's going to help grow this. And the XRP community and the Bitcoin Maxi and the Ethereum community, they're all huge, and that's why they're growing. Drip network, we're just getting started, and what we need to take place is that Metcalfe's law, right? That network effect. And we're not doing it very well right now, just with everything that happened, but we're going to get there. We're doing a pretty darn good job, but I think we haven't even scratched the surface yet. And so I'll give a recommendation for 2 other channels that I follow that I really like. I love the Cryptozoa network. Really like the interviews those guys do. Like the one cat, I can't remember, I don't know their names by heart yet, but the one guy that asked the question about kale, and I mean, that kale is the grossest, nastiest vegetable. It's right up there with Brussels sprouts and liver, just disgusting. So give them a follow, Cryptozoa on YouTube. And then T Crypto, this young brother is awesome. I really like his energy. I like his perspective on it. He gets it. Again, it's all about the compounding, right? So give T Crypto, sharp young brother, give those two channels a follow, check them out, and like all the videos that are positive. If you're invested in Drip Network, you should be giving those thumbs up to everybody to help YouTube populate and push this over, to other folks. So just a heads up on that. So just wanted to encourage you all on that. Be positive with the network, especially if they're not fudding, Drip, and that's another positive thing. So real quick, before I jump back over and do this, after I show you my NCAA brackets, right? I started a Drip Network bracket here, and my Wolverines won their first game, even though it was a sloppy second half. So these are my picks. I'll quickly show you there. You guys can pause it and take a look at it if you're an NCAA basketball tournament fan. And listen, it's the best spectacle of all sports, the NCAA tournament, So anyway, you got to check it out. Those of you who are not US centric or based, you really need to check this thing out. But anyway, I have Gonzaga and Purdue, with Gonzaga beating Purdue. And then I have Illinois and Auburn, with Auburn beating Illinois and winning the whole thing. So just wanted to show you all that. I'm going to give you guys updates on that as well. And I'm just going to go ahead. You'll see, again, when I go ahead and update this, we're at 32. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I want to end this video. It's been going on for a little bit. So as soon as this clicks over, it'll be 1 shy. I'm not going to make you guys watch another. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. I'm going to lose couple of cents here if I 92 cents. I'm going to go ahead and compound for you guys. I'm sacrificing. And if you guys do really want to do something for me, once the piggy bank opens back up, if you really are just died, even though I'm not taking comments, I don't have bosses, I'm not a slave to this YouTube channel, donate 1 piglet, fully maxed out with the time locking. That would be fun. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this just so you guys see it live. And then I'm going to take you back over and show you what happens with the once we get the time difference that it makes there. All right, so I'm too short here, but you guys get the picture. Hopefully you can do the math of 3,500 minus 3,498. If you're not, then you probably shouldn't be investing in anything. Invest in your education. Anyway, let's go here. Also check out Stunna Breezy. He's an OG. I'll call things as I see him. I think that, that other, knockoff of Drip I don't think is going to end well. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm not doing it. I'm doing Piston, but I'm not doing the other one. So just refresh this. I'll refresh it again. Then we'll scroll down and we'll see what the impact of the time was. Okay, so I knocked off a little bit of time, from what we were looking at here, 12 minutes and 20 seconds. And then again, this bumped up as well, the plants per hour and the plants per day. That's what I'm looking at because that's going to impact my LP. So it's hard to move this LP, per day up. Did a little bit here, but the per hour has been very tough. But anyway, that is going to do it, y'all. Be kind to each other. Be generous. Give thumbs up to, or likes. And you're never going to hear me ask you to smash anything. I think that's the dumbest overused statement. Smash the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up. I'm not going to tell you to do that. You know what those thumbs up do to the channels. Help your network out here. So that's going to do it, y'all. Appreciate you. Go Blue, go Sparty, go Big Ten. Even the evil empire of Ohio State wants you to represent the Big Ten, even though I don't want you to win the whole thing. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Have a great rest of the week and weekend, and we'll talk to you next week when we hydrate again. And that's it.